Hello guys, Paul here today. Today I'm going to be doing a shave with a Filarmonica, there we go, Filarmonica Straight razor. I was involved in a little bit of a gear swap with Jeff Anderson, who's been a Facebook friend for several years, and he and I swapped some razors to try out stuff that we both have that we haven't tried out, and he was kind enough to send me a giant box of razors that had about, I don't know, 15 to 20 razors in there, which I've been using a different one every day, trying to try them all out. And if you've been following my Facebook posts, you've seen those razors posted there over the last week and a half or so. So today I'm going to use one of the razors that was in the box that Jeff sent me, and that one is this Filarmonica. I've never used this particular one before. There was another Filarmonica razor in that box that I absolutely loved, and so I'm anxious to give this one a try. So for my soap today, I'm going to be using the Soap Commander Unity soap. This is the apple, fig, and cranberry. This is their fall scent, and it smells just like you would think, like apple, figs, and cranberry. Has a very holiday kind of scent to it, Thanksgiving kind of scents to it. For my brush, since I'm using Jeff's razor, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and use this is a Shavemac GA7. This was designed by Jeff Anderson, and this has the two-band Shavemac two-band finest knot in there, which I really like. Up until fairly recently, as far as two-band knots goes, if you wanted a two-band from Shavemac, you had to get the DO1 two-band, which is a pretty stiff brush and is really pretty scrubby, and probably a little bit too scrubby for my liking for daily use. But this particular brush is nice and soft, and has good backbone, but yet it still retains some softness to it, and it's not as scrubby as that DO1. So we're going to go ahead and just lather up this soap. This soap is really great. Lathers super easy. It's a nice hard soap. Gonna wet my face, and then I'll apply my lather. And as you can see, the soap lathers up really easily, and this brush is really outstanding. Just really super soft brush. Feels great. I'm just gonna turn the water on there a little bit so I can just add water and kind of loosen this up a little bit. Get a really nice loading of soap on the brush here. And these containers contain a lot of soap. I'm not sure what the actual volume of it is on there. I don't see it written on here, but it is a ton of soap, and this thing lasts forever. I had the bay rum scent, and it took me about 2.5 years to work my way through that. Now, granted, I rotate my soaps out, rotate them around pretty frequently, and I have a lot of different ones that I use, but that one took a long time to get through it. So I think you get a lot of bang for the buck with these Soap Commander soaps. They really work great, lather very easily. It's a nice hard soap, which I really like. I kind of prefer a harder soap, so it kind of really works well for me. And as you can see, like I said, it lathers great. I am also a big fan of the M7 style handle. I like having that little knob on the end that you can grab onto, but yet you're far enough away from the lathering action that you're not getting soap all over your hands, which I really like. Okay, so we're just about done here. Just gonna kind of apply a nice coating of lather, and then we'll get going with the shave. I'll just kind of clean off the boundaries here. counter's kind of crowded here, so I gotta kind of push some stuff out of the way. Looks like I have my camera set a little bit high on this particular time, but I'm just going to kind of go with it. It's not ideal, but I think you'll get the idea. So let me just grab some alum here. I like to use the alum just on my fingertips just to help with the skin retraction. I think it helps quite a bit. So go and get started here. So this razor looks to have about a half hollow grind or so. You can see there, kind of a half hollow grind, which I really kind of prefer the half or 1/4 hollow grinds to a full hollow grind. For me, having that little bit of extra metal behind the thin edge, I think just gives a better face feel. I think it gives a little more support to the thin edge, although I've gotten really excellent shaves with some full hollow ground razors, but I think it's just something about the feel of the half to quarter hollow ground razor where you have the little bit more metal behind the edge, just the weight of the blade and just a little bit more support behind that edge, to me gives a little bit better face feel. I always get the impression with a full hollow ground blade that I'm feeling some flex in the blade, and it just feels not quite as solid, for that reason I prefer to have the half or the quarter hollow blades. And this one looks like it's about an 8/8, which is really nice. This razor really has some nice heft to it. There's just something about the feel and the sound of one of these razors when they have the right grind. That is just really satisfying. The full hollow razors just have kind of more of a tinny sound to them to me. And just don't kind of engender the same kind of confidence or satisfaction with those razors. So, but this is just a personal preference thing, you know what I mean? It's just kind of what I've grown accustomed to and what I've kind of developed a liking for over the years. So. I don't think one is necessarily superior to the other as far as the ability to give a close, comfortable, smooth shave. It's all about feel and personal preference. And so far, I'm really impressed with this blade. Really enjoying it. Very comfortable. Really kind of up my alley as to what my preferences are. One of my favorite razors is my Grim Blades TI razor, and this one has the same sort of feel as that one. It's just really, really great. So the technique I've sort of developed for my straight razor shaving is my first pass I'll go pretty much just straight down, which is you know, with the grain, and then my second pass I'll actually go kind of more or less against the grain on my neck, which is kind of up this way, and on my jawline, and then across the grain on my cheeks. And then on the third pass I'll go straight up, which is across the grain on the neck and against the grain on my cheeks. And I found that this particular technique for me seems to really work well. I've been getting some really, really close, comfortable shaves with the straight razor. Which I was never really able to achieve, you know, initially when I first started using a straight razor. I was always able to get really smooth on my cheeks, but and the jawline and my neck, never able to really get that really, really uber close shave. So usually what I'll do at this point, this is pretty much a shave. I can stop here, but I've been also doing a fourth downward pass on my neck, and kind of coming at a slightest angle this way, which is another kind of across the grain pass. And this last pass, where I'm kind of coming at a little bit of an angle, kind of a little bit of a scything sort of pass, although I know it doesn't come through on the video, but I'm coming kind of just slightly this way. Really seems to do the trick. It is really really elevated my straight razor shaves to a whole nother level. Just been really, really, really good. So anyways, that's a shave, guys, with the Filarmonica razor. I'll just rinse it off and I'll show it to you one more time. There she is, the Filarmonica razor. This was sent to me by Jeff Anderson, and it's just really an outstanding razor. And really impressed with both those Filarmonica razors. I really love them. They really work great for me, and I can't believe I've never, you know, actually bought one. I've seen them. I've always been curious about them, and so I don't know. Maybe now I'll be kind of on the lookout for one if I can find one in good shape. I don't know. We'll see. But really impressed with it. So I always like to apply a little alum to my face after a straight razor shave. Kind of rub it in a little bit. And then I've also been using this Meyersol Metal Sol aftershave. It's kind of an astringent aftershave. Has kind of a herbal sort of scent to it. It's pretty unobtrusive, goes with pretty much any soap, but it really has a great soothing effect on your face. I think this also has a little alum in it as well. And you know, if you have any razor burn or anything, it really calms the skin nicely. It's really a good stuff. And although the scent is not, you know, it is, like I said, kind of a herbal sort of scent. It goes away very fast, and so if you like using cologne and stuff like that, that's a great aftershave option, because the scent doesn't stick with you, and it's really soothing for the face. So I guess since I'm using the Unity, I'm going to go ahead and use the matching balm. These Soap Commander balms are great. They have a little bit of menthol in them, and they really feel great on the face. In fact, my favorite one is, I think it's called Integrity. It is the unscented one. For daily use, I kind of like to use most of the time an unscented balm, because I think that the scent of these balms does kind of stick around a little bit. And if you like to use cologne, which I do, you got to try and find something that's going to kind of match it, which is sometimes a little bit of a pain. So I like the unscented one. The face feel of these the Soap Commander balm is really great, and I would highly recommend the unscented one if you're looking for an unscented aftershave balm. It has a great post-shave feel. So anyways, guys, that's the shave today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to post them below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. I hope you guys all have a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.